everybody, Martin here, round 3 playing Ad Nauseam Tendrils in this league. We were up 2-0 and now we have lost a die roll. Let's hope that's not indicative of how things are going to turn out. Yeah, easy keep, turn 1, lots of goblins if they don't have interaction. Would be fantastic on the play, but we'll keep it. Means we, less likely to win, but okay, so hang on. What is this? Faithless looting off mana confluence tells me it's Dredge. Not sure how great this is. We don't have Ad Nauseam in the main deck, so we might be able to get to a point where we can just Pass in Flames loop, depending on what Draw Step and Probe gives us. The one time I actually just do not really care about Daze. Well, let's probe. Even a land is great here. And they have 2 dredgers in the yard. City of Brass, Breakthrough, yada yada yada, lots of stuff. We can't even Daze the Breakthrough because they have the City of Brass. So there's that. Alright, I'm not going to bother writing this down because it either ends or it doesn't. Yeah, land is sweet. Let's brain... Actually, do we want to Daze this Brainstorm with some more mana? Can we just get to Natural Tendrils here? Let's see. Probe was 1. Petal 2, Dark Ritual 3, Cabal Ritual 4, LED 5, Brainstorm 6, Daze 7. How much mana do we then have? Then we have 3 from the Dark Ritual, 4 from the Cabal Ritual, 7 from the LED. Let's say we pay, so we have 6. Then post Brainstorm, we still get to cast the Tutor. So hang on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if Brainstorm finds us anything we can cast within the scope of that 6 mana, we get to just win. If Brainstorm doesn't, we get to make 18 goblins and probably lose. I'm not sure, but I think it's worth it, right? So Dark Ritual. Maybe we don't even need to cast the Cabal Ritual yet. We might. There is a weird world where we end up having Threshold. So if we Brainstorm and then Daze and then pay for the Daze. We have 2 black floating, 2 becomes 3, and then we have the 6. So let's cast Brainstorm, maintaining priority. Let's Daze Brainstorm, picking up the island. And let's pay for the Daze. Ritual or Artifact? Yeah, we got there. Sweet. We can even cast the Therapy for extra storm. But it doesn't matter because we can Tutor Chain for another Tutor since we have the extra LED mana. Let's just put their Icarid in the yard. Probably something I'll never get to do again. Where is Icarid? There he is. First time I've ever discarded an opponent's Icarid. Sack. Now we have all the mana and all the options in the world, but Storm is 10, so let's just go get the Tendrils. And put an end to this. So that was a turn 1 explosive hand that lined up perfectly against what turned out to be a Dredge opponent. So let's see what we want to do in the sideboard. I think we want the Tendrils here again. Oh, sorry, the Ad Nauseam here. We don't want the Empty the Warrens. We want the Chain of Vapor because sometimes Dredge is naughty and brings in stuff like ley lines. We possibly want... I feel like saying Sensei's top because this, we're bound to get discarded if the game goes just a bit long. But the problem with Dredge is games never really go long. If they go long, you lose. That's how I feel about it. I think, if we get to the turn where they're able to start like chaining Cabal therapies, they'll have like Bridge from Belows, and it's likely they'll just kill you that turn or the turn after. There isn't like a subsequent period of like 2 or 3 or 4 turns where you can get to Dirtle with top and then set up your draw step. So probably top actually just doesn't need to come in. I don't mind having double Pass and Flames. I probably cut a Daze here. So kind of similar to how I boarded against the mirror match, except there I brought in the top instead of a Chain of Vapor. Salute. All right. Let's hope for a good one. I'm really perplexed about this whole Daze thing. Mostly I'm annoyed because I can't really be bothered finding like Nemesis foil Dazes, to be honest. That's my biggest concern. Because my Storm deck is like my little project, and I have it looking pretty nice right now, and Nemesis foil Dazes are just like hella expensive. Alright, this is a pretty good hand, so we're gonna keep this. It is unlikely we will get turn 1 anything by them. They're mulliganing to 5. It's funny, I've been playing Vintage lately, and I have to say, Vintage and Legacy Dredge are just two very separate beasts because of Bazaar of Baghdad. Well, there's another Arabian Nights card, but this one is not. Oh, they tap for black, so I guess they're, what, therapying us? Yeah, alright. Ah, shoot. Hope they name Infernal Tutor, right? I really hope they don't name Brainstorm. But that is a very, like, that would be a very legit name, and they do. Oh, damn it. Well, they're down to 3 cards, and they don't have a Dredger in the yard, so let's take solace in that. And oh, okay, drawing the Ponder is like very agreeable. Let's see what they're up to. Their hand is like let's see if they have anything naughty, like Disrupting Shoal or Force of Will. I've seen Dredge decks try to run that. Well, they have a hand that can do nice things if they ever get to discard this Grave Troll. Iona's Shield of Emeria is obviously like a really hard card for us to beat. We do have the Singleton Chain of Vapor, but I've lost many a matches with a Chain of Vapor in my deck to a resolved Iona. So let's say they have the GGT, they have Iona, and they have the Colosseum, which is a discard outlet, but not until they have like already discarded stuff. Well, therapy is not really where we want to be at. Let's fetch Underground and Ponder. Yeah, I don't hate this. I want the Past and Flames and the Ponder. Let's play out the LED just to not have them randomly top deck another therapy. Aw, come on, don't tell me they drew Careful Study. They did! Aw, that's so good. So they get to bin 2 Golgari Grave Trolls. So next turn they'll get to activate the Colosseum. So that actually kind of forces our hand, I think. So tell you what, there's a world where we so we get 5 cards in the yard with the Petal, 6 with the Ponder, and I suppose 7 with the Therapy. But then we don't have red mana for the Past and Flames. The key here is to be able to sack the LED for triple blue. So there's a world where we actually cast Cabal Ritual, and then with that on the stack, sack LED to have Cabal Ritual resolve with threshold. Then we flashback Passing Flames. It costs 1 more mana, but that nets us an additional mana that way. Actually, no, it nets us 3 additional mana because 1 from the first ritual and then the second one from the flashback one. So I think I'm going to do that. So they hesitated on that pedal. So they're either they actually have like an interactive card like a Mindbreak Trap or like a counterspell of some sort for 1 blue mana, or they are just sort of teasing. So let's do it like this. Cast the Cabal Ritual. Maintain priority. Sack this bad boy for blue. Then sack the pedal. Oh no, I just made a big big issue. No, actually, no, I didn't. Well, no, never mind. I started thinking I wouldn't have leftover black mana, but the ritual hadn't resolved. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Okay, so we want to flashback the Cabal Ritual now. Actually, no, we don't. We want to probe into that land. So let's do that. And they have Narcomoeba, whatever. Oh, it wasn't a land, it was a therapy. Shoot. Okay, well, we have to spend a blue mana here, unfortunately, to get this while it's a less threshold. So I guess... So now the choice is between Ponder Ponder or Ponder Brainstorm or Brainstorm Ponder. In that order. We need to be able to get rid of this therapy. If we Ponder first, then we have 6 mana floating. If Ponder finds us an Infernal Tutor, then we need to be able to also like to brainstorm into something that gives us mana, that nets us 3 mana, I guess. Yeah, let's actually brainstorm here. Well, that was very unsexy. But it actually does give us an additional land. No, we're on turn 2. I'm an idiot. We already made our land drop. Never mind. Yeah, this probably seals the deal for us in terms of being able to play stuff. Let's ponder. Oh, we find ad nauseum, I guess. Well, we find a dark ritual, but that doesn't really help us anymore. So we have to shuffle. And we just find a delta. So we lose, likely. Man, that was anticlimactic. So they hit Bridge and an Narcomoeba. No therapies though. Oh, but they already have a therapy, so they get to therapy, get a token. Doesn't really matter what they therapy, but they don't have breakthrough, do they? No, they had Narcomoeba and never mind. They get to activate the Colosseum. Yeah, that's right. That's the bad boy. Another therapy. Any more bridges? Looks like no more bridges. Only 1 bridge, but they will get to therapy me 3 times, but I guess it doesn't really matter. They hit another Narcomoeba, so they are like 1 creature away from being able to flashback the Dread return. And once that happens and Iona makes her appearance, then we're out. So we're losing this match kind of for sure. We could Daze their next play. Maybe actually, yeah, no. I'm not sure we even want to do that. Maybe we just want to concede. So how do we win from here? Oh, I've F6. Never mind. So they know we have Daze, so never mind. So they're passing? They're not taking any more stuff here? I guess nothing here really matters that much. Our Daze could actually work for them, but they're naming Daze because therapy is just useless. So I'm not just setting myself back a land drop. So They can go ahead and do that. Yeah, I was considering just conceding to not show them Daze. Um, ugh, probe, really? I think we just cycle here to get to like a brainstorm or something. We are kind of dead big time. Do we even tutor for anything here? Like, we could tutor for the second Pass in Flames. And then if we draw like a Lionside Diamond or a Cabal Ritual, we might be able to do something. So, let's just therapy them. The chances that we aren't dead next turn I find to be very slim. Let's just name Abandon Hope. Yeah. We could also, like, we could Infernal Tutor for Daze, but I think they still have therapies in the yard, I think. Yeah, they have therapies, so I mean, Daze would be the obvious thing. So I think we're just going to do this, hope we don't die, and then see if we can miraculously pull it off on the next turn. So what did they hit on their Dredge? Hit another bridge, 2 more bridges. So that's it. They will get to fire off. They'll sack one of these dudes, and that will trigger 3 bridges. So they'll get like go from 2 to 4 dudes. They can then flashback Dread Return on Iona, and then we basically need to like draw Chain of Vapor. But even then, if we draw Chain of Vapor, she goes in their hand. They probably will be able to find a discard outlet, but and even that, just like them having all the. Oh no, wait. Bridge from Below says non-token creatures. So actually, never mind. We have the time. We actually have the time to draw a ritual here and make a difference. Are you kidding me? Nope. So what do they need to hit? They need to hit an Archimedes, right? Oh no, wait, Icarid. But they don't have a sack outlet, so right now, unless they hit their 4th therapy, they will need to wait until Icarid dies at end of turn. So if they hit an Archimedes now, then Icarid plus Narcomoeba plus Zombie lets him just flashback the Iona. But they don't. So we just take 5 and we have another draw step. So a ritual here, we actually, I think we win. Wow. But that still requires us to draw a ritual or an LED. But yeah, no, actually, I don't think LED does it. Or did I miss something? Are they sitting on a therapy? They're not, right? No, they're not. Yep. Okay, Icarid dies, 4 bridge triggers. We can concede on our draw step if it's not something that wins us the game. Because we're just dead to combat. Ah, no, no, no. Oh, I clicked through my turn. But I drew a land. That doesn't help us. I suppose we can, actually, yeah, we could flash back. So what happens is we get to cast for like Pass in Flames, and then we get to flashback Attack Probe going to 1. And then we get to hope to draw like like what, LED? But that is slim freaking pickings here in our deck. Okay. So what? We can go black. Sack this for black. We lose our tutor. We have a tutor in the yard. Tutor can get 2nd tendrils. Oh, sorry, 2nd LED. 3rd LED, I suppose. Then we sack that for blue. Then we can ponder. Then we have black, blue, blue floating. That really doesn't get us like sufficiently to where we need to be. But is that better than going sack for blue now and then have just triple blue, no black floating ponder? Then what happens if we draw? Then if the best we can hope for is just to ponder into the 3rd LED. Then we have blue, blue, black, 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 and then we can flashback a tutor, but nothing. Then like no. So what outs do we have if we do it the way I first envisioned? We go Sack the LED for triple black. Pay black to cast Infernal to get second LED. Cast second LED. Blue, black, floating. We ponder with blue, black, like floating. How do we turn that into a win? I don't think we actually can because we'll never be able to get like generate card advantage, and we need like both to find specific cards and to like we need to both find mana cards and like tendrils or a tutor for tendrils. So let's say we ponder into we have nothing else to cast down here? No, we don't. I hate to say it, and I would love for you to point out where I'm wrong, but I think I'm just like I'm dead here regardless of how this plays out. Is there a way we can just punt into a tendrils? I don't think so. Yeah, we're just dead. Well, let's see if we can do a bit better here post board. Don't think we changed anything. They didn't show us any like spicy tech out of the sideboard. So I think we're fine to just go like this. I'm not expecting to get blown out by yeah, by like random counterspell or mindbreak trap or whatever. Pardon me while I just take a snack here. So we definitely want to play first. Yeah, this works. It's not great. It's a bit sort of pondersome, but it works. So they mulligan to 6. I think I actually like dressing here. We could probe first though to know. Because the thing is like they keep 6. So they showed like a proclivity to just blind therapy naming brainstorm, in which case we kind of want the polluted delta or like the land open. So I think let's probe here, see what they're up to. See if we need to take anything from them, if there's anything worth dressing. So they actually, maybe I missed that. They have a Fairy Macabre. So this lets them mess with our graveyard. So I think we actually discard them here, taking the Lineside Diamond, and then we play out the Petal. They do not have any sort of way to I guess they can therapy themselves actually, can't they? They can go therapy Golgari Thug. But that's kind of that's not sort of the sexiest thing to be doing. So let's see here. Therapy. Brass. Macabre. Let me spell that macabre. Thug. LED. Confluence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this makes me actually tempted to brainstorm off the Petal, but I don't think I'll do that. I think what I'll do is I'll dress their LED. This makes them have to use their therapy either they have to choose between using their therapy on us, in which case, because I'll play out the Petal, I will have like protection for that, or they'll have to therapy themselves, naming Golgari Thug. And Golgari Thug only dredges for 4, so I mean, there's a chance that might mess them up. There's the Confluence. Therapy on me. Okay, well, let's brainstorm. It feels bad to 2-for-1 ourselves. Oh. So what do they name here? I really hope they name Infernal Tutor. So, also the thing is, like, Fairy Macabre kind of makes this a little bit awkward because we can't just go off through the graveyard. We can, I suppose we can go for Ad Nauseam, but we'll be at 14. That still might be the best thing to do. But we won't have any mana floating. We will not have made our land drop though, so maybe that's just what we need to do. So actually, let's put back Brainstorm and Dark Ritual, because they might name Dark Ritual here, or they might name LED. They are not naming Grim Tutor for sure. I hope they name Infernal Tutor, obviously. So now they don't have the therapy. They choose Dark Ritual. Clever girl. Okay, well, we lose our Dark Ritual, so we can't go off how we plan to, but we have the second Dark Ritual hidden away so that we didn't get 2 for 1. Let's ponder here. I think we want the land and then the Brainstorm next turn. So their hand is Brass, Macabre, Thug, and one like card we don't know. Brass. Let's hope it's not another therapy. That would kind of suck. Okay, cast Thug, flashback therapy. That's actually a pretty cool play. I didn't see that. So now they get a Dredger into the yard and they get to take our Grim Tutor. If that is what they take. And then they get to Dredge. Why isn't the Thug in their yard? Hang on. Where'd the Thug go? That is weird. Either I'm just glitching out here, or... Ah, they say top of library, sadly. I ask, where is your Thug? Is that... Oh, I didn't know. Ah. Alright, cool. So apparently Golgari Thug, if it's put into the graveyard from play, it goes on top of their library. I didn't know that. There you go. Alright, well, we draw Brainstorm, and I think we just pass. I think we play out the LED, and then we pass. So their hand is Fairy Macabre, and then some cards we don't know. Our next card is, because they're just making dudes now. That's fine. Our next card down is Past in Flames. So we could Brainstorm here. We really would just... It would be utterly atrocious for us to get Brainstorm locked. But I think I like doing it and not sort of just dilly-dallying here. Alright, well, so we can set this up so that next turn we can go some rituals, then sack LED for black and red. We don't pass priority from sacking LEDs, so we'll be able to flashback Past in Flames through their fairy. Then they need to exile fairy to take the Grim Tutor and something else, and we probably like ponder or brainstorm. Then we can probe, brainstorm, and hope to win that way. But it might be too risky. We might need to wait. In which case, this is not the best. Because we've gotten a little bit locked here. But I think that's actually, as long as they're not dredging, it's fine. We could have taken the land, I suppose. No reason to put rituals in our hand. Now, actually, their best draws is probably like therapy on us. They might be sitting on their Golgari Thug in order to therapy themselves. There's the thug. Play that guy out. So okay, we have double brains from Ponder, and then Probe, and they will take Grim Tutor and I think the Ponder. What do we draw here? We draw that LED we knew about. Okay, do we risk going one more draw step for them? The problem for us if they draw like, I suppose worst case scenario it's therapy, because if they draw a way to get cards into their graveyard, they still need a draw step or a draw effect to actually draw that. So I suppose one thing that could happen is they therapy us naming like get Past in Flames out of our hand, and then they exile it with Fairy Macabre. That would be kind of annoying. But I don't think it's very likely. I don't think they have any other like really live draws. Like let's say they draw Breakthrough, right? That's great, but not until like next turn. Think we play out the second LED and then pass the turn and then try to go off next turn, depending on what we draw, but likely. Or we might end up with egg on our face if they get to... No, not therapy. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, that's so bad. They drew the therapy. Well. So they knew about that. Take the Dark Ritual. Likely flashback taking Past in Flames. We're not... Like, it's not the end of the world, because we will still get to... Like, we're still live for like a top deck tutor or something, and we have the second Past in Flames in the deck, but this wasn't in the books. So with the top deck tutor, let's see, we have with the Cabal Ritual we have 3 becomes 6, 9, 12. We have 12 mana. Just trying to work out. I think we can maybe even we're close to being able to get to like Natural Storm here. Yeah, go ahead, you scoundrel. Therapy me. Oh, they therapy themselves? Wow, okay, I think that's a big mistake. Okay, well, they get 2 dredgers, and they think we're not gonna be able to cobble together anything through this Fairy Macabre. Do we therapy the Macabre? I mean, they're just gonna use it, and they are gonna use it on 2 of the cards in this graveyard regardless, I think. So let's not do that. Let's just cast this. Let's sack for red, sack for blue, flashback, Past in Flames. I think we can leave a red floating in case we somehow need to get to the second Past in Flames. So now they have to take Fairy Macabre into action and take our Grim Tutor if nothing else, because this Grim Tutor just represents a kill. So they're targeting Grim Tutor and Ponder, so yeah, that makes sense. We don't need to worry about running out of threshold with these cantrips, so let's just cantrip. So what if we probe and then brainstorm, let's see, we don't find a shuffle effect. We get 1 card down with probe, 3 cards down with brainstorm, putting 2 back. So we've only gotten 2 down, and then we brainstorm again. We get 1, 2, 3. We get 5 cards down. So we get 5 cards down that way. The other way is that we brainstorm first, getting 3 cards down, putting 2 back. Then probe, then brainstorming again, also getting 5 cards down. It's kind of just the same. I always have it. It's a really hard thing, I think, to work out what's correct to do. But let's start off by probing. There's that bridge. There's a C. So we can play that out, but I suppose we should brainstorm here in case we find like a fetch land instead. So a lot of good stuff we can draw here. And there's a tutor, so we just win. So that's good. Let's just probe into the ritual for value storm. It won't matter. Flashback dark ritual. Flashback cabal ritual. Cast this cabal ritual. Flashback dark ritual. We're just win mooring right now. Get the tendrils. And that's all she wrote. Cool. Our opponent writes lucky. Sure, whatever. GG's. Alright, well, that was the Dredge matchup. So a bit of a mixed bag today, the matchups I'm getting. But thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you saw anything you want to comment on, any misplays, just let me know in the comments section. And yeah, I'll see you around for some more Legacy. Bye-bye.